Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Josh, and this is Catholic Cop. Okay, so earlier this week, my wife and I decided to start renovating our barn. She has 2 horses, and our barn's looking pretty rough. So a buddy of mine was able to get me some poles, some telephone poles, and we were able to cut them up with a chainsaw, throw them on the back of the trailer, bring them down to down the road. There's some Amish that live within our community, and they have a wood mill. And this Amish guy was able to cut up all of our telephone poles into actual lumber, which is really cool. Saved a whole lot of money. But when I got there, you know, we live amongst these Amish here in this community, and we know about them, we know a lot about them, but they're always so fascinating. Every time I get around those guys, you know, there's so much mystery and intrigue surrounding that community, and, you know, they're different. And it got me thinking about me and my faith, and, you know, a lot of times us as Catholics, we do feel different. We feel different in this world. And those guys, the Amish, you know, they're overtly different. They're obviously different by the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves, their lifestyle. They're absolutely different. They're just different than us. But sometimes we feel different as Catholics also, even though we're not as overtly different. Hopefully by the way we carry ourselves, we come across different sometimes. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So in this video, what I was going to discuss is what it's like to just be different and embrace being different. So one guy I was thinking about being different was this guy named David. King David. You might have read about him in the Bible. He's the guy that fought Goliath. So just to set the stage of what's going on, there's this big battle that was waging between the Israelites in this camp and the Philistines in this camp. Now between the two is this real deep valley. So you have these 2 armies that are about to go to war with one another. And before the battle, it was decided that the Philistines were going to put their champion Goliath up against the Israelites' champion, and whoever won that battle between those 2 individuals would win the day for either 2 armies. Now Goliath came forward and taunted Israel and challenged them for their champion, but no one would step forward. Everyone was too afraid to face the massive giant warrior Goliath. He was just too formidable for anyone to stand up to him. Now, this went on for days and weeks, and finally one day, little David steps onto the scene. Now, he wasn't a warrior, he was a shepherd, and the only reason he was there was because he was bringing some food for his brothers that were actually soldiers in the army. And once he got there, he saw that this Philistine standing on the opposing hill was taunting the Israelites. The Israelites, the chosen people, the army of God. And this Philistine on the opposing hill was taunting them. And David asked him, who does this guy think he is? Doesn't he know who he's talking to? Doesn't he know who he's insulting? So David said, look, if none of you all will fight this guy, I will fight him. So David stood up and said, I will fight this little tiny David. He's like a teenager. He was nobody. He certainly wasn't a soldier. He has no experience in battle. He's never really wielded a weapon aside from his slingshot and a wooden staff. But he volunteered to fight Goliath by himself. Now King Saul came up to David and tried to give him all these modern weapons and armor, and he put it on David, and it just felt foreign to David because he wasn't a warrior. But David was undeterred anyway. He said, I don't need any of these things. I don't need things of this world to fight this battle. He said, I have confidence in God. So David, taking his slingshot, and he told Saul, he said, I don't need those things because I've already fought lions and bears from attacking my sheep, and I'll do the same thing to this Philistine giant. So David took his slingshot and he loaded up with 5 stones. He didn't need 5, he only needed 1. But he went up to the battle, and as he's walking towards Goliath, he says, though I walk through the valley, through the shadow of death, I fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So David had supreme confidence in what was going to happen in this battle. He knew the outcome before it began because he had so much faith in God to deliver the victory. And that's exactly what happened. David slung his slingshot and he struck Goliath in the head, hit him, killed him with 1 blow, and then he took Goliath's own sword and cut Goliath's head clean off as a victory trophy. That's awesome. That's awesome. So if you ever feel like you're different and you feel like you're the only one out there that's practicing this faith and you're in the fight day in and day out, remember David. Because when no one else would fight the giant, David fought the giant. So what's the giants in your life? What's the Goliaths of your life? Is it depression? Is it anxiety? Is it fear of rejection? Is it feeling inadequate? You know, if someone challenges you in your faith, do you feel like you're ill-equipped to handle that argument or that debate? If so, you know, that's fine. That's fine. You know, David didn't know how he was going to beat Goliath when he was walking into the valley. He prepared the best he could. He brought some stones. But what would David have done if Goliath charged him and David didn't have time to load his slingshot up with those stones? It didn't matter. It didn't matter. David had full confidence in God, and that's how we need to be. So what I want to take from this is, if you're ever feeling like you're alone, if you feel like you're different, be bold. Be brave. Be steadfast and get in the fight. The world needs heroes right now. We're going through a tough time. This virus is crushing a lot of people. There's a lot of good that's come of it. But the world needs heroes right now. The world needs more Davids. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you like it, please hit the subscribe button and support this channel. It really goes a long way, and I really appreciate all the love and support that you all give me for all these videos that we're putting out. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Catholic Cop.